What's good, you guys? It's your boy Devil here, and I'm back with another video. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be checking out 10 biggest mistakes WWE and Triple H made with John Cena's retirement tour by WrestleMania. I'm gonna have an idea for a video, but I need y'all's input. So what I'm gonna do is review the best matches of 2025, and so I need to know if I should do that on a stream or if I should make it to a video. Cause if I make it to the video, it's kind of long, so it's probably going to be like 2 parts or 3 parts. So just let me know if y'all think I should do it in a stream or a video. I'm more tempted to do it in a stream just so I could do it and interact with you guys as well. But yeah, shout out to my Seattle Seahawks for getting the victory Thursday Night Football against the Los Angeles Rams. Big win. We needed that. Without further ado, you know what I'm saying, let's get straight to the video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe to WrestleMania and over here as well. And the link to the original video will be in the description, as always. So let's get straight into it.
But John Cena's final WWE run is officially in the books, and to say it was a mixed bag would be a total understatement. WWE made so many pivotal mistakes when it came to Cena's final ever run, and this has left some fans angry and disappointed as one of the greatest of all time walks off into the sunset. Join us now as WrestleMania looks at 10 of the biggest mistakes WWE made with John Cena's retirement tour.
Let's get it.
Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Number 10. Not bringing back the spinner title. When John Cena won the WWE title at WrestleMania 41, there was substantial rumors.
I like that. He definitely should have brought it back, cause he had the title from Mania to SummerSlam, so he could have brought it back for a quick little run. I mean, he made that title popular. He introduced that title. Obviously, depending on when you watch wrestling, when you think of that title, obviously John Cena. And then maybe you'll throw in Edge and Punk in there as well, because they had some good runs with that title as well. And did their own little thing with it. So
is that Cena was going to bring back the spinner title.
Well, you know
this made perfect sense, as it would have been fitting to see Cena with the title that he introduced to WWE. And the belt sales for the title on WWE Shop would have spoken for themselves. Whilst the title wasn't everyone's personal favorite design, there's no denying that it was incredibly memorable. And one idea some fans suggested was that WWE should have had Cena carry both the spinner title and the current WWE title. Then when John Cena eventually dropped the title to Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam, Rhodes could have then just ditched the spinner belt in favor of the modern day design. WWE also had an opportunity to deliver something when Cena won the Intercontinental title in November 2025. Cena turning the one title he's never won to in a spinner design would have been iconic, yet from WWE's perspective, it probably wouldn't make much sense to change the design for just 2 weeks, so we really can't hold him to that.
That would have been hard though.
Number 9.
Spinner IC title.
Now, John Cena was able to wrestle a number of his iconic rivals during his final run. He would have PLE main events against the likes of CM Punk and Randy Orton. Whilst the in-ring work in these matches was excellent, the finishes left a lot to be desired. Due to Cena's heel presentation and this underwhelming gimmick of him trying to ruin wrestling, the finishes were far from clean, and 2 of them even saw R-Truth interfere. These type
See, WWE kind of struck gold with Cena and Cody, SummerSlam match, and then Cena and Styles. Those matches they weren't really, like, Cena and Cody was like a street fight or wherever it was, but like it was clean. Like nobody really interfered, nobody really got involved. They just let the two work. Cena and AJ. Nobody interfered. Nobody got involved. They just let those two work, and those matches are regarded as some of John Cena's best matches, like in his career. So, you know, if you know what I'm saying, if that's the case that you get with those matches, you should have done the same thing. I mean, when you think of John Cena's top rivals, you know, some of the first 4 to 5 names, you know, CM Punk and Randy Orton are going to be on that list. You know what I mean? They're going to be. Like, let's be real, they're going to be. So why not just let them create their magic, create their own magic, let that nostalgia pour in, and let these legends work for the last time. Like, this is the final time we're going to see them in a match. I don't want to see Division involved. I don't want to see Seth Rollins involved. I don't want to see R-Truth involved. Like, just let them cook up. Like, no disrespect to any of the people that I named, but it's like I'm seeing these matches that were big rivalries during my childhood, and I'm seeing these for the last time. I don't want to see division involved. I don't want to see R-Truth involved. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we all love R-Truth. Let's be real. But Randy Orton versus John Cena, just let them do their thing. Randy Orton versus CM Punk, let them do their thing. Those are wrestling soulmates. Let them do their thing. You know what I mean? That's all you had to do there. Because, I mean, when you let Cody Rhodes and Cena cook, 5-star match. When you let Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles cook, I mean, I said Cody Rhodes, John Cena and AJ Styles cook, 5-star match. You know what I mean? So
finishes ultimately left fans wanting more. And this was completely understandable. Even though both of these matches were heavily marketed as final encounters, fans walked away from the matches feeling a little let down, as they didn't get the closure on the iconic rivalries they wanted. Number 8, ruin pro wrestling. When The Rock decided to dip out of the John Cena heel run, Cena's new focus would be to ruin pro wrestling. From a creative aspect, this story had so much potential, but ultimately it fell short. Cena's motivation for turning heel was that he was sick of being used by the audience, and he wasn't going to give them anything to celebrate. This motivation was weak, mainly because it had been a substantial length of time since Cena was actively booed by the audience. In fact, the last time he was probably booed was over a decade ago. In fact, the core demographic that spent years booing Cena were now amongst his biggest supporters, as, let's be fair, those fans who hated him at that time were young. Now they've grown up and matured. The reasoning felt shallow and improvised.
And also, bro, it's John Cena. It's John Cena. And it is his last year. Do you really think people that grew up on this man wanted to really sit there and boo him on his way out, when he has done nothing to deserve any of that? Like, he's not a terrible human being like most, like well, I'm not gonna say most, but like some people in the business. He's not a just straight up a-hole. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's John Cena. Like majority of us grew up on him. Like, pretty much all of us that's probably still actively watching wrestling grew up on John Cena. If you didn't, the only way that you didn't is if you grew up like, you're probably like, I'll say if you didn't actually grow up on John Cena, you were more than likely in like your 50s, 60s. If you're in your 30s, your 20s, then you grew up on John Cena. You 100% did. So it's like, we're not going to want to boo this man on his way out. Legend in the business. One of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time. Like, I mean, when you think of WWE, that's a guy that you think of. I mean, if you don't know how big John Cena is, like in the business, then all you have to do is just look at the reactions to his retirement match. You have people who never tweet about wrestling tweeting about wrestling. You have people who don't understand how the business works and are like kind of popular on social media saying that they want Triple H's head and let me talk to Triple H. I just want to let me see Triple H. I just want to talk to him. Like, just basically like doing like little jabs and stuff. Because I mean, basically, if people don't know, and somebody's retirement match, they're usually looking up at the lights. That's just how the business has been. It's just how it is. So people are upset with John Cena losing, but that's just how it is. You have people who never tweeted wrestling tweeting it, bro. So,
and a lot of Cena's work was criticized for feeling inauthentic. During the heel turn, Cena would debut a new promo style, where he would deliver the promo in a robotic style voice. This kind of got old extremely quickly, and Cena was compared to a cartoon character. The whole idea of Cena wanting to ruin pro wrestling could have worked, but it ultimately was given as a reason why a lot of Cena's matches were failing to deliver and hit a level that WWE fans wanted. Cena would promise to leave with the WWE title when Cena turned face virtually overnight.
He said that a lot of Cena's matches failed to deliver. I don't think his matches failed to deliver. I think the only one that like I can look back at and be like, wow, this was terrible, would be the WrestleMania match between him and Cody. Now I'm so glad they got to run it back and show what they could do without the involvement of people who shouldn't have been involved if they weren't going to be all in. But it's a tale for another day.
This was quickly retconned. We were supposed to pretend like Cena never turned into a supervillain. Number 7, no change in presentation. And when John Cena first turned heel, there was speculation on social media that WWE were going to overhaul his whole presentation. Fans wondered if Cena would debut a new theme song, perhaps even a new ring attire, or maybe Cena would go back to his Thugonomic days, with the Rock full shirt and even a...
I'm not gonna lie, man. I would have loved it if he brought back the Thugonomics theme during the heel run. That would have been awesome. Because here's the problem with the new theme song. Is that Def Rebel would have had to make it. Now I'm not gonna just completely tear them down, and I'm gonna be real. They do have some good theme songs, but when they have a bad one, it's so bad that it stands out like a sore thumb, and to where it's like you forget that they have good ones because some of the theme songs are so terrible. So they would have had to come together. They would have had to come up with a theme song for John Cena. And knowing how they operate, man, it probably would have been something like The Last Time Is Now. And then it would have just went into some BS, man. It would have went into some BS. I could just see it now. Or You Can't See Me. Or you know how their theme song start off, like it's a meme, bro. Like you know how their theme song started off, so I don't know if I would trust them fully to make a John Cena heel theme song. It would have been interesting. It would have been interesting to see what they come up with, but I don't know, because you can't mess this up. This is John Cena. This is a man who's never been heel, finally becoming heel. You can't mess it up. You can't make it forgettable. You can't have it be trash. So I think that the best option, if they were going to switch it, would have just been to go to Thugonomics.
Padlock neck chain. Sadly, the best WWE could come up with was a black screen that said John Cena, and WWE would then just keep the original theme song. This was the true definition of lazy. WWE even bothered to explain this in a Cena promo by stating that Cena was punishing the fans by not making any direct changes. When Cena first debuted this new heel entrance, this was when it dawned on the audience that WWE were going to put zero effort into this retirement run. Unfortunately, it was soon after that fans began to campaign for WWE to pivot and revert Cena back into a babyface.
Yeah.
Number 6. Travis Scott.
Oh boy.
The WWE has hit a home run when it comes to celebrity involvements over the past few years.
Right.
Names such as Logan Paul, Bad Bunny, and Jelly Roll have become fantastic acquisitions, and they brought a love and appreciation for the art of pro wrestling that hasn't been seen in any celebrity that has come before them. WWE clearly expected this out of Travis Scott, and they would go all in on him. Scott would even appear alongside The Rock and John Cena for the initial heel turn at Elimination Chamber, and weirdly, it wasn't explained why Scott was even there. Bro was literally acting like he was on the team.
He's a bro, that's like he's on the team. But yeah, I mean, it's just crazy because it's like you have the greatest heel turn in history, in my opinion. And I mean, even if you don't think so, you know it's definitely up there. And then you have this power duo. Like you have Hollywood's finest, WWE's finest, and I mean, Rock is WWE's finest as well. But I mean, people growing up right now, they're gonna associate Rock more so with the Hollywood. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And then you have Travis Scott, who I did see behind the scenes stuff where he said he was gonna be all in, get a wrestling ring, and he got the wrestling bug. And then this was the last time that we've seen all three of these men in the same ring. Now I don't know whose fault it is. I don't know if it's Rock's fault. I don't know if it's Triple H's fault, TKO's fault, Travis Scott's fault. I know it's not Cena's fault because he's just doing what he's told. But it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy the potential that this could have had.
This is when alarm bells first sounded, as it was reported that Scott had legitimately hurt Cody Rhodes and busted his eardrum. Scott had one of the simplest spots imaginable, a slap, and he managed to botch this and injure the face of the company. Fast forward to the Night 2 main event of WrestleMania, and they would even give Scott an extended entrance during the Rhodes-Cena matchup, and WWE actively presented him as the difference maker and the man that was going to help Cena win the WWE title. Scott is a celebrity. He's not a name that has ever wrestled before, not even ever pulled off a move before. Why were WWE telling the audience that a non-wrestler is more credible than anyone else on the roster? It was infuriating and resulted in one of the worst WrestleMania moments of all time. Granted, Scott is a worldwide star, but how many non-WWE fans watch Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania due to his involvement? It would certainly be interesting to know what the data is on this, because Cena is one of the biggest draws of all time, and WWE were consistently acting like Cena wasn't big enough to draw in the vast crowds. Scott was then set for a WWE match at Money in the Bank, as he was to team with Cena and Logan Paul against Rhodes and the Usos, yet Scott no-showed an edition of SmackDown to set this match up. The relationship between WWE and Scott is now said to be over, and the worst thing is that Scott is presented in so many key Cena moments in 2025, so it's not as if WWE can outright ignore or retcon his involvement. Number 5, not retiring on a PLE. John Cena is one of the biggest names in WWE history, so naturally this should mean that he should be retiring on a major PLE such as WrestleMania or SummerSlam. However, at the start of the year, it was reported that Cena will be retiring at Saturday night's main event. This completely baffled fans, as the CENA'S specials have been treated as complete afterthoughts by WWE. It was almost as if Cena was just a mid-card talent that was retiring on the show. We also saw how horrendously WWE handled Goldberg's retirement on the CENA'S special earlier in the year, and due to unspecified time constraints, his retirement speech was cut off. Now, granted, WWE did a very decent job in making the show feel like a big deal, but the month prior at Survivor Series, they were actively telling fans that Survivor...
Now, shout out to you, John Cena, for wanting to showcase the young stars as well. Now, this did feel like a bigger deal than the other Saturday Night main events, but man, I don't know, cause it's like more people are gonna be able to watch Saturday Night main event because it's on NBC, it's on Peacock, and if you have other things, you can watch it on YouTube if you say if you're out of the country. So I mean, I guess you have more eyes on it technically or whatever, but because I mean, nobody really wants to pay $30 a month for the ESPN app, let's be real. So I guess, but it's like, it's John Cena, man, and then the way that y'all been doing Saturday Night main events, they haven't, like, they just feel like glorified house shows.
Survivor Series was Cena's final PLE, so it remained a completely baffling call why Cena wouldn't be retiring on his own PLE. From a business perspective, this made no sense. December has become a month that doesn't have a WWE PLE. With the ESPN deal in full effect, WWE are now facing 9 weeks without a single event on the ESPN platform. This means that for those WWE fans who have signed up to ESPN for exclusively the WWE events, they could in theory cancel their subscription for 2 whole months, returning just in time for the Royal Rumble. There were calls from fans to see a December PLE introduced called The Last Time Is Now, but this was far too creative for WWE to implement. Hell, we would have even been happy with a Ruthless Aggression PLE. Now, in fact, that would have been awesome. Number 4, poor planning. It would surface thanks to John Cena himself that he was willing to work every single week during his retirement tour. Granted, this kind of schedule may have been extreme on Cena's body, but it would have been appreciated if they at least met him halfway and had him work more dates. Cena was only going to do 36 dates. And this is baffling because he could have done at least double this. Numerous matches, such as those against AJ Styles and his final match versus Gunther, received zero build on television due to Cena not being booked for these shows. Why did WWE believe it was a sensible...
And then AJ Styles and Cena was like a last-minute decision. Now, I don't know whose idea was it. I don't know if Cena took it into his own hands and said, you know what, we're going to do this. I don't care what Triple H is saying, I don't care what TKO is saying, we're going to do this. Because the fact that we had this man get squashed by Brock Lesnar in like what felt like 3 minutes, but we couldn't get AJ Styles on the retirement tour, was very baffling to me. I was so confused. I'm like, bro, how can you do this, but AJ Styles and John Cena can't get a match? Like one of John Cena's 5-star matches. I'm talking about the 2016 encounter, and we can't get him on the retirement tour. So, but thankfully, whoever made the call, you don't know who to trust because multiple people are going to say that it was their decision or it was this decision. Ultimately, I think it was more so the fans' decision. Me personally, because I mean, I know I'm not the only person that was pushing for AJ Styles and Cena one last time. Because why would you not do that? You would have to be you'd have to be extremely dumb to not want to do that.
Idea not to book Cena on a single date to promote these huge matches just made no sense whatsoever. It was almost as if WWE were cheapening on paying Cena for substantial dates, and this poor planning and date implementation without a doubt impacted the success of the run itself. Number 3. The pivot. Now, around a month into John Cena's heel run, there were complaints on social media that the run just wasn't working. The cartoonish voice, the baffling motivations were all alienating factors, and the heel presentation was massively hindering the quality of Cena's work in his matches. There were urgent calls for WWE to pivot and then revert him back into a babyface, and WWE did this randomly overnight on the road to SummerSlam. Cena would just appear on the go-home show as a babyface again, and it was as if the past few months never happened. A lot of elements of Cena's run were retconned, and it was explained that he was quote-unquote having a bad day. This was one of the worst explanations WWE could have come up with, as nobody on the roster made Cena accountable for his prior actions. Cody Rhodes, who Cena had cheated out of the WWE title, was suddenly fine with him. Randy Orton was nowhere to be seen, and R-Truth was now back to a comedic character and was suddenly seen as biggest fan again. Was this pivot needed? Well, absolutely. But WWE handled it completely wrong, as this reversion could have been one of the most exciting elements of the entire heel run. Number 2. Gunther. When it was reported that Gunther would be John Cena's final ever opponent, there was initially some criticism. Some questioned why Cena wasn't retiring it against a new young star, as Gunther was already a former 2-time world champion.
Thank you. See, now, like I said, bro, Gunther cool, bro. And I guess ultimately he was the right decision. But why would you not give that moment to somebody that could really benefit? He's a 2-time world champion, longest reigning Intercontinental champion. He's going to main event tons of WrestleManias. He's a made man. Why would you not get that to maybe a Carmelo Hayes? Maybe, I mean, Braun Breaker got his own thing going on, so maybe it'd kind of be hard to do him. Maybe Oba Femi. Maybe I guess you could even throw in a Javon Evans. I mean, I think that it would have been tougher for Javon. I think that Melo or Oba would have kind of been the perfect ones. You also have Braun Breaker as well, but he's kind of been doing his own feud, so it would have been tough.
He certainly didn't need a huge win against Cena. WWE has been urged to implement a youth movement all year, and fans online were pushing for names such as Braun Breaker, Oba Femi, or Carmelo Hayes to receive the nod.
All the people I just named. WrestleMania, bro. We right here, right? You know what I'm saying? Damn, yeah, we right here, boy. We right here.
WWE are now presenting Gunther as the new legend killer. In fact, there are now rumors that he'll be ending the career of Brock Lesnar come SummerSlam. Whilst Gunther was a safe bet for Cena's retirement.
What y'all think the match would look like? A Gunther and Brock Lesnar match. What y'all think that match would look like? And would y'all be interested in that? Cause I ain't gonna lie, like that doesn't really move me. I'm not gonna lie, like I only think of Gunther and Brock Lesnar. I'm just like, oh my god, I can't wait for this match. You know, maybe if, you know what I'm saying, some things didn't happen and Brock was younger, but I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll just see, because I mean, if it's rumored to happen, it more than likely will happen. So I guess we'll just see. I guess he's going to be the modern day legend killer now.
Opponent, so as he's one of the best pure wrestlers in the company.
He is,
this could have acted as the breakout moment for a young and upcoming talent.
That's what I'm saying.
And number 1, Cena taps out.
Ooh.
The idea of babyface John Cena tapping out in 2025 was unthinkable.
Okay.
But that's exactly how WWE booked Cena's final match versus Gunther to end.
Back, man. He really gave us that everything's gonna be okay smile, bro.
Cena was a man who never gave up, and the fact that he tapped out with a smile on his face was symbolic and showed that Cena was willing to pass the torch to someone new.
Now, I didn't really hate it that he tapped out. Me personally, I don't really hate it that he tapped out. I think that that smile was his career just flashing, and he's like, and it wasn't in the whole thing with Cena retiring. He said that if he feel like he lost a step, he was gone. I ain't gonna lie, with the matches, didn't feel like you lost one. You could have gave us another year, but you know. He felt like he lost a step, so he just like, I wouldn't say he gave up, I'd say he just tapped out of wrestling. That's how I look at it, but other people, they got their own opinion, so, you know, to each their own, man.
Now don't get us wrong, this booking in theory should be applauded, as Cena went out by giving back to WWE. However, the fans outright rejected it. Nobody wanted to witness Cena tapping out. The fans heckled Triple H with extreme chants that without a doubt overshadowed the entire matchup. It probably would have made more sense for Cena to just pass out, but it's widely been speculated that it was Cena's call to tap out, as he wanted to make Gunther look like the most credible wrestler in the company. But there you have it, folks. 10 of the biggest mistakes WWE made with John Cena's retirement tour. What do you guys think? Are there any other mistakes? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.
Hey, that was WrestleMania, bro. That was WrestleMania. 10 biggest mistakes WWE and HHH made with John Cena's retirement tour. You know what I'm saying? So, let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what moments y'all didn't like. And we'll go from there, man. But yeah, that's going to be the vid. Appreciate y'all. And I'll see you guys next time.